and of the Holy Spirit. Amen.
Instructional video, I have discussed to you about interference of light. You have learned that light can produce bright and dark fringes when they pass through slits. It can be double slits or it can be a thin film, and they produces dark and bright sides of light, which are related to destructive and constructive interference, and they can also produce vibrant colors. Now, we are going to discuss lesson number 2, which is all about diffraction of light. Okay? So, when light from a point source falls on a straight edge and casts a shadow, the edge of the shadow is never really perfectly sharp. Diba? Hindi naman talaga perfectly sharp yung mga shadows na nakikita natin. Some light appears in the area that you expect to be in the shadow, and you find alternating bright and dark fringes in the illuminated area. In general, light emerging from apertures doesn't precisely follow the prediction of the straight line parallel ray model of geometric optics. The reason for these effects is that light, like sounds, has wave characteristics. Sabi ko na sa inyo noon, dati diba sa ray, dito lang siya tumatama, then magbabounce off sa isang specific place, but that's not how the light really behaves, because sounds, light just like sounds, behave with their waves. Okay, so what is diffraction? And what's this difference from interference? In this lesson, you'll learn to investigate interference effects due to combining many light waves. So diffraction is a special type of interference which involves different light waves coming into one. Okay, so such effects are called or referred to as diffraction. The behavior of waves after they pass through an aperture is an example of diffraction. Each infinitesimal part of the aperture acts as a source of waves, and these waves interfere, producing a pattern of bright and dark fringes. So just like interference, diffraction also produces bright and dark fringes, only that the interference has the source that is a monochromatic light. While for diffraction, it is combination of different light waves coming in together and then passing through an aperture or a slit. Okay, so let us try to solve a type of diffraction which is all about single slit diffraction. There are different types of diffraction, but we will focus on this one. There are also X-ray diffraction, multiple slit diffraction, but this will be discussed on our higher studies. So, for diffraction, predicted outcome, okay, meron din akong pinakita sa inyo nung una, nung pinakita ko sa inyo na, for example, ito yung light rays, yung iba't ibang light source, pag nagdumaan siya sa isang width, ganito yung mangyayari. But instead, what really happens kapag nag-pass through yung isang light, isang slit, there will be a bright spot in the middle, called as the central maximum, and there will be alternating patterns of bright and dark fringes of light on the screen. Okay? So the diffraction patterns consist of a central bright band which may be broader than the width of the slit, bordered by alternating bright and dark bands with rapidly decreasing intensity. About 85% of the power of the emitted beam is the central bright band, whose the width is inversely proportional to the slit width. In general, the narrower the slit, the broader the entire diffraction pattern. So makikita ninyo dito, mas maliit yung slit, mas lumalaki yung central bright spot. Okay, kahit na maliit siya, pero kapag yung nag-cast na siya ng shadow dito sa screen, lumalaki naman yung kanyang area. And it comprises 85% of the whole fringes that is reflected or casted through the screen. And then, yung mga susunod ay papanipis na yung intensity. Okay? So, ganun yung nangyayari. So, let us try to solve word problems related to diffraction. For example, you pass 633 nanometers laser light through a narrow slit and observe the diffraction pattern on a screen which is placed slit is 6.0 meters. So, yun naman yung tawag sa kanya x. And then, y1, yun na kasi yung kailangan natin, is 16 times 10 raised to negative 3. Bakit siya naging 16? Yung 32 na given, kailangan i-divide natin sa 2. Then, lalagyan natin ng times 10 raised to negative 3. And then, the width of the slit, yun yung hinahanap natin. Kung gaano kaluwag yung slit dito sa first or the source. So, gagamitin natin itong formula na to. D or the distance or the slit width is equal to x or the distance from the screen to slit times the wavelength over y1. Okay, so ang ating x ay 6.0 meters. Then yung ating wavelength ay 633 times 10 raised to negative 9 meters. Then yung y1 natin 16 times 10 raised to negative 3 meters. Compute. So, 6.0 times 633 times 10 raised to negative 9 is equal to what? 0.00000038 meters squared. Kailangan ulit natin na kopyahin lahat ng 0 hanggang sa magkaroon ng dalawang more than 0 na number. And then over 16 times 10 raised to negative 3. So, we have 0.00024 meters or 2.4 times 10 raised to negative 4 meters. Paano nangyari yon? Pwede natin siyang kuhanan ng scientific notation. Mag-move tayo ng points or decimal places hanggang makarating tayo sa unang number na more than 0. So, we have 1, 2, 3, 4. So, yun yung ilalagay natin sa ibabaw, 4. Then, negative yung value niya kasi pakanan yung pag-move natin. Okay, recall lang ay ng pagkuha ng scientific notation. But you can also write your answer here. 0.00024 meters. Papaikli lang itong shorthand notation. So, yun yung pag-compute ng distance ng slit or slit width. Ganun lang siya. How about naman kung hahanapin natin kung gaano kaluwag yung masasakop ng light waves. Okay? So, light with a wavelength of 680 nanometers passes through a single slit that is 2.2 times 10 raised to negative 6 meter wide. So, given naman ngayon yung slit width, the screen is 1.4 meters away from it. So, what is the width of the central maximum in degrees and in meters? So, hahanapin natin yung width nung central maximum, gaano kakapal yung liwanag dun sa screen, dun sa gitna niya, in degrees. Ibig sabihin kung gaano kaluwag, and in meters, independent of the length and the angle. Okay? So, we have, ang given values natin ay, we have the wavelength of light 680 nanometers. Again, kailangan natin siya i-convert sa meters. So, lalagyan lang natin siya ng times 10 raised to negative 9. The distance of the screen from the slit is 1.4 meters. The width of the slit now given to you is 2 times 10 raised to negative 6 meters. And you'll find how wide, on the basis of the angle and the length, the brightness taken by the central maximum of the screen. Sabi ko nga kanina, kailangan natin sukatin yung anggulo, kung gaano siya kaluwag, and the length, kung gaano siya kakapal, mag-a-appear dun sa ating screen. So, yan yung ating given values. Again, we have the lambda or wavelength, 600 times 10 raised to negative 9 meters. The x or the distance of the screen from the slit is 1.4 meters. The slit width is 2 times 10 raised to negative 6 meters. Again, central maximum yung hinahanap natin. So, ang value niya ay 1. And then, the total angle, yun yung hinahanap natin. And the width, yun yung nawawala. Substitute the given values to this formula. Ang formula naman, pag hinahanap natin yung angle of the first or the central maximum, we have sine theta is equal to m times the lambda or the wavelength over the distance or the slit width. So, we have ang ating magnification or central maximum, ang value nun ay 1, lagi yun, times 680 times 10 raised to 9 meters. Yun yung ating wavelength. Ang ating slit width ay 2 times 10 raised to negative 6 meters. So, 1 times 680, divide it by 2 times 10 raised to negative 6, we have 0.34. So, multiply nyo lang yun automatically dahil ito ay 1, so yun lang din yun. Divide it to 2 times 10 raised to negative 6. Type nyo lang yun sa calculator ng buo. 680 times 10 raised to 9, then divided by 2 times 10 raised to negative 6 equal to 0.34. So, kung naaalala nyo pa kung paano mag-solve ng angle, pinag-aralan natin yan sa kinematics, vector addition, and vector components method. So, if transpose natin yung sign dito sa kabila, so magiging arc sign na siya. Magkakaroon siya ng negative 1 value here. So, type nyo sa calculator, shift sign para lumabas yung sign, arc sign. So, we have angle is equal to sine theta, arc sine 0.34. So, arc sine 0.34, ang ating data or angle is 19.88. But, it does not end here. Kasi ang angle na yan, dahil ang kinuha lang natin ay y1 kanina dun sa value, it is the only angle at the upper half of the screen. So, paano natin makukuha yung total angle, yung data t? So, the angle is the angle for the upper side of the screen. It is also the angle below the screen. So, you have to multiply your answer to 2. So, data t or total angle is equal to 19.88 times 2. So, ang ating total angle is 39.76 degrees. So, nakuha natin yung 19.88. Dito lang yon. How about the angle here? So, kapag pinag-multiply natin yon into 2, that is 39.76. So, that is the angle. Ito yung angle na yon. That is 39.76 degrees. How about yung lawak niya? Mula dito hanggang dito. Okay? So, ang lawak nun, find the width. Ang gagamitin naman nating formula is ym or vertical distance is equal to x tangent theta. Okay, yung x is the distance of the screen from the slit. And then, yung angle na gagamitin natin dito is yung angle na nakuha natin sa unang step. Okay, hindi yung total angle. So, yung distance from the slit to screen is 1.4 meters. times tangent 19.88. So again, yun nga lang gagamitin natin. So compute natin. So tangent 19.88 is equal to 0.36. Type nyo lang sa calculator niyo yung tan and then 19.88. Ang lalabas doon ay 0.36. And then multiply it to 1.4. That will give you the value of vertical distance 0.5 meters. And again, yan pa lang yung nasa ibabaw. So again, i-compute natin yan by multiplying it to 2 kasi nga kung ano yung measurement dito, yun din yung measurement sa ilalim. So width natin is equal to 2 times 0.5. The total width is 1 meters. So ibig sabihin, ang ating angle ay 19.88 times 2. And then yung total width natin ay 1 meter. So yun yung masasakop ng unang makikita nating maliwanag na side or yung tinatawag nating central maximum. Okay. Now, how about kung kukumpitin na natin yung first minimum? Okay? First minimum naman, yun yung unang maliwanag na side na mag-o-occur pagkatapos ng central maximum. Okay? Unlike sa interference, ang tawag natin doon ay first maximum. Pag sa diffraction, ang tawag natin sa kanila ay first minimum. It indicates the first bright side na mag-occur after the first or the central maximum. Okay, so step 1, ang given pa rin natin ay 680 times 10 raised to negative 9. Ang distance from the slit to screen is 1.4 meters. Ang width slit pa rin ay 2 times 10 raised to negative 6 meters. Hanapin pa rin natin ay total angle and the width. Now, we have the first minimum. So, ang M na natin ngayon kanina, ang ginamit natin sa M, central maximum, ay 1. Kapag first minimum, ang gagamitin natin ay 2. O, sa second minimum, 3. Magdadagdag lang ng 1 sa value ng first or the central maximum. Okay, habang nagdadagdag yung mga minimum. Okay, kaya pa ba? Nakukuha pa? Okay. So, we have again, ang ating formula, sine data is equal to measurement of the first minimum times the wavelength or lambda, divide it by the width slit. So, ang ating first minimum ay 2 times the lambda or wavelength, 680 times 10 raised to negative 9 meters. Divided to 2 times 10 raised to negative 6. So, we have 2 times 680 times 10 raised to negative 9 divided by 2 times 10 raised to negative 6. We will get the value 0.668. Transpose sign to the other side of the equation, making it an arc sine. So we have data is equal to arc sine 0.68. Tap, shift, and sign on your calculator and then 0.68. That you will get the value for the angle 42.84. Again, hindi pa yan yung final angle natin. You need to multiply it to 2. 42.84 is equal to 85.68 degrees. It becomes larger because you are going away from the central maximum. So, mas bumubuka or mas lumalawak yung nasasakop niya. Ibig sabihin nun, lumalayo ka na from the central spot of the screen. So, it is automatically that you will get a larger value for the total angle. Now, finding the width, we have again this formula ym or the vertical distance. We have x tangent data. Ang ating x pa rin, yung distance from the screen to slit is 1.4 meters. Ang ating naunang nakuhang angle sa previous formula is 42.84. So, tangent 42.84 times 1.4 is 0.93 yon times 1.4. So, 0.93 times 1.4 is 1.30 meters. That is the vertical distance, not yet the final answer. Okay, so again, multiplying sa 2, 2 times 1.3 is equal to 2.6 meters. And that is the measurement or how far away the first minimum from the central maximum. That is 2.6 meters. Okay, so that's how you solve diffraction in single slits. Okay, So, just like interference, it produces bright and dark fringes. Now, let us sum up what you have learned for this unit. Okay, first, you have learned the two-source interference of light. Again, when two sources are in phase, constructive interference occurs, where the difference in the path length from the two sources is 0 or an integer number of wavelengths, 1, 2, 3, so on and so forth. Okay? Destructive interference occurs when the path difference is half integer number of the wavelengths. 1/2. Next is what? 3 halves, 5 halves, 7 halves. Ganun yung kanyang value. Pag constructive, bright. Pag destructive, dark. Next, single slit diffraction. Monochromatic light, centro and narrow slit width produces a diffraction pattern on a distant screen. Okay? And diffraction graftings consist of large number of thin parallel slits spaced as distantly apart. The condition for maximum intensity in the interference pattern is the same as for two source pattern, but the maxima for the grating are very sharp and narrow. Distance and angle of the projected light widens as it goes far from the central maximum. Diba? Lumalaki yung distance in terms of length and angle in terms of degrees from the central maximum kapag ka lumalayo na siya. Okay? So let us apply this lesson on real life scenarios. We have again biophysics on the link. Okay? So this is the last. So did you know that the eagle's eyes are producing higher resolution image than our eyes? Okay? Diffraction by the pupil of an eye limits resolving power. In a human's eye, the maximum pupil diameter D is about 5 mm. In an eagle eyes, D is about 9 mm. This means that the eagle eyes has superior resolution. So, a distant point source of light produces an iridis on an eagle's retina that is only about 5/9 the angular size of the disc produced on the retina of the human eye. So, for example, kung ang eye natin ay ganito yung napoproduce niya, natakpan lang sa video, but you can see it on your learning packet, mas sharp and mas malinaw yung resolution na nakikita ng mga eagles dahil mas mababa o mas mataas yung diameter ng pupil nila kesa sa atin. Okay, so mas malinaw pala ang mata ng mga eagles kesa sa human, and that is because of interference. Okay, applicable siya sa ating topic. Okay? So, to learn more about this lesson, you can open X-ray diffraction pharmaceutical application on your flash drive or visit the link provided on your learning packet. Sabi ko nga sa inyo on the first part of our discussion na hindi lang sa light na pinag-aaralan natin maia-apply yung ating topic. Meron din yan sa X-ray na diffraction. Okay, it's time for you to take the assessment. Answer activity 3 to 4 on your assessment sheet. One of these activity is regarded as your mini task, and it is quite complex. That's why it will be done by group. So, kung sino ka-group nyo sa research, siya yung magiging ka-group nyo sa paggawa ng experiment na to. You need here laser light, red laser light, CD, DVD, and cardboard. Okay, so para magawa ninyo yung diffraction of light in reality. Now, don't forget to answer values integration. Dalawa ngayon. So, una, when waves from two sources arrive at a point in phase, they reinforce each other, thus producing bright lights. But if now done.